drinker. I'm Dara, I'm your average drinker, and today I am reviewing the Michter's 10-year bourbon. I'm really excited to have this bottle. In fact, I was ecstatic to actually find the bottle because it's nearly impossible, especially in Colorado, and it was nowhere to be found. I had the opportunity to choose between the bourbon and the rye. I went with the bourbon. And I got home so excited to crack open the bottle. Cracked it open, I tried it, and I loved it. I was like, heck yeah, this is so good. Holy moly, it's delicious. Couldn't wait to tell everyone how much I love this bottle. I was seriously considering putting it at the top of my bourbon of the year, but then I had to come back to reality because the next two times I tried it, I was like, what was I thinking? It might be a little bit overrated. Maybe I was just excited about getting this bottle because everybody had hyped it up so much. And I was thinking, yeah, I love this bottle. I'm really excited. But was I only excited because everybody else loved it? That might be the case. So before I get into what I think it tastes like, what I think it smells like, and my ranking for this bottle, let me tell you a little bit about what we've got right here. So this is the Michter's 10-year single barrel bourbon. It comes in at 94.4 proof, and it is super expensive. Well, in my mind, $130 is a lot for a bottle of whiskey. And it's so, it should be really delicious, right? For $130, that's a lot of change to be dropping on a bottle of whiskey. So it better taste amazing. But does it actually, and is it actually worth that? Well, I'm about to dive into this glass right here, tell you what I think, and we'll go from there. So let's dive into this little Glencairn I have of this awesome, well, allegedly awesome whiskey, which I still can't decide if I liked it so much the first time and not so much the second time and the third time. But let's give it a try again because, you know what? Every whiskey deserves a fair shot. So let's see here. On the nose, it actually reminds me a lot of a cinnamon red hot. I get some of that vanilla, caramel, oak, maybe even a little bit of maple syrup on this. It reminds me a lot of a breakfast smelling whiskey with some red hot sprinkled on it. Maybe French toast, maple syrup, maybe a little bit of that crunchy bread, and then a little, like I said, maple syrup. Red hot cinnamons though, red hot candies that you just sprinkled on top of it. That's what it smells like. Let's give it a sip, okay? Okay, so this is a little weird to me. It drinks really easy. It has an odd, charred oakiness to it up front. It does get better in the middle of the palate and the back of the palate, so you do get some of that. Wow, it's a lot of red hot cinnamon. A lot of red hot cinnamon, a little bit of sweetness, but it kind of is a little bit of a bitter, dry finish, and it's super warm going down the back of the throat. Take another sip here. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that weird oakiness to it. So maybe it's the age of it, but it's a little bit of a weird oak with an odd balance of maple syrup and red hots. So if that's your jam, you might love this. It's a little bit, it's just not, something's just not quite right to me. I like it, it's good, but is it $130 good? I'm still not sure about that. And where you live, it might be a little bit more than that because in Colorado, where I bought it, it was $130. Okay. So is this bottle actually worth the hype? Well, to me, this single barrel bottle right here is not worth $130 plus dollars. I think it's more of an $80 to $100 bottle. It's good, don't get me wrong, it actually is good. However, this particular bottle right here, every single barrel is different, but this bottle right here is just, it's kind of missing the mark. It's not quite as complex as I was expecting. It's not quite as exciting as I was expecting. I was hoping for so much more. I was hoping for this nice long tasty finish and it just kind of fell off. It dried out and it just wasn't very satisfying. So it is still a good bottle. It's still a nice drinker, especially if you like red hots, which I do. So that's a plus, right? But I would not pay more than $80 to $100 for this bottle, this particular bottle. So here's where my rating comes in. It's time to give it the rating. And after all things considered and all those factors that we just went through, I am going to give this bottle, this pains me, I'm giving this bottle 3 corks. Yep, 3 corks. It's just, like I said, it just missed the mark for me. And it might be different for you. And that's the real pure joy and exciting thing about drinking whiskey, because it's subjective and it's different for everybody and every palate's different. But for me, this bottle just missed the mark. So, yes, Michter's 10-year, 3 corks. And I guess that's another review from the average drinker. I'll be back for more, and I'll see you guys again next time. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and tune in for more.